Sometimes the world doesn't need another hero. Sometimes what it needs is a monster.
Dracula Untold. I guess I want to talk about outtakes later on, but first let's talk about the filming. Where did you guys film this?
We shot in Northern Ireland. We shot in Belfast and in kind of the surrounding areas of Belfast, and it was really amazing. I feel like a Dracula film always, the atmosphere is very important, the scenery, the setting, it always plays into the actual story. And so shooting in Northern Ireland, which is very mystical and atmospheric, it was really appropriate for our film. So we were, you know, as much as there are visual effects in the film, we were also on top of mountains, in Tullymore Forest, on the Giant's Causeway. So we were, you know, in the elements. And so I think it really added to the kind of feeling of our story.
There's so much beauty that where you guys were at. Did you just look around and go, oh, wow, we're really doing this?
Well, you know, because we were in Northern Ireland, the weather changes about every 2 hours. So all of a sudden the sun's out, and then the winds are going, and it's pouring rain, and we're on top of a mountain, and I'm in my full period dress, and there was so much mud. And I remember in the scene where we were doing the Injurious handoff scene, and the carriage is pulling up, and yeah, I think he's going to give my son away, and it was my first day of shooting, so it was a very dramatic scene for the first day, and I hop out of the carriage, and I'm ready to walk up to Vlad and tell him that he's not going to give my son away, and I start marching down, and all of a sudden I slip in the mud and face plant first right in the mud, and I was like, oh my God, this is just going to be one of those shoots.
Well, there's my outtake question. I didn't even have to ask you about that. But let's talk about the cast. I mean, the fact that you guys are telling this story, that it's really kind of like a behind-the-scenes Dracula as a person type story.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's an origin story, so it's about kind of pulling apart the myth of Dracula and looking at the man behind this great legend. And I think that's what Luke and I were really drawn to when it came to telling this story and making this movie, is there is a lot of humanity there, and it was about humanizing this kind of monster, and that is a very complex thing, and it was something that really intrigued us.